Okay, so today we're going to talk about a topic that is affecting every single person in this country and every business in this country. And that is the topic of inflation. Inflation is the natural rising of prices, but sometimes it goes faster than others. And sometimes it goes really fast. And right now in our country, it appears to be going pretty fast. What we found out about a week ago is that the CPI, Consumer Price Index, was rising right around 5%, 4.7%. What we found out the week before that is that the Producer Price Index, which is inflation coming from manufacturing and other business activities, was raising at 4.2%. If inflation is going up at 4.7% and you haven't increased your savings or your interest rates or your absolute net worth by greater than 4.7%, you are in fact, as an individual, losing purchasing power. What does this mean for you if you're a business? The exact same thing. It's not that complicated. If prices are raising at 4.7%, the question that I want to have each of you ask yourselves is, did you raise prices on your products or services at least 4.7% over the course of the last 12 months? Because inflation appears to be gaining even steam. I know the Fed is talking and all these economists are talking about transitory inflation. I want to take just a second to define what that means. Transitory inflation means that it's temporary. Just going to get a big blip and then go right back down. I'm not sure that's what's happening. If you look at food costs, if you look at costs of automobiles, costs of a used car are up 29%. This is unheard of. But does that mean that next year, all of a sudden, we're going to drop 29%, or the next 6 months, we're going to drop? No, I don't think it's going to be an straight up, down. I don't think the cost of a cheeseburger is going to go up to $6 and then go back down to $2. That's just not something that is reasonable. So we'll have some of this inflation will be transitory, meaning up and down. Some of it, however, is going to be consistent and going to be on a curve that's going to stay there for quite a while. And you need to think about what you're doing in your business to make sure you don't fall behind. Because what you don't want to do is end up where all the goods and services of the things you're buying are going up and you're not raising prices to accommodate for them. What this means is very simple. This means that every single month, you need to start looking at your pricing. You need to be doing a pricing analysis and do it what we call a 3-scenario analysis, an A, B, and a C. If I raise prices this much, what's going to be the impact on revenue? If I raise prices this much, what's the impact on revenue? We are all afraid of raising prices. It's a scary thing because we want to serve our customers and we want to serve them at a fair price. But we also have to make sure that we're still making the profits we've made in the past. And if our profits are eroded through inflation and our ability to actually buy things and continue on as a business is eroded by inflation, we're not ultimately serving the mission of the business. So I'll leave you with one quick fact. It's an astonishing one, but it's important to understand. If you raise prices by 10% for a traditional typical business, you raise prices by, say, 10%, you can lose up to 24.9, just under 25% of your customers. Maybe that'll give you just a little bit more peace of mind when you go to think about raising prices, but maybe it'll also just get you to think about who are your customers, who are the people you're serving, and do they really appreciate what you're doing? You might have to raise the level of the product or service you're providing, but you also have to consider very strongly raising the price, because if the prices of what you're buying are going up, you also need to raise that price in order to maintain that profitability. Hopefully this has given you a little bit of insight into inflation, what's going on. If you need any help, we are happy to help here. Talk about inflation, run those ABC pricing analyses for you, and really work on you keeping up so that your business stays ahead of the next big move in inflation.